stop, can't stop, I can't stop. Stop.
Hey, this is Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment. You guys know that we have been on a roll with art lately, and I'm just so amazed at what people can do with their fingers as far as art is concerned. And tonight we are here with Mr. Dyschel Shelton. Mr. Shelton, oh, can I say Dyschel?
Dyschel's fine.
Dyschel's fine. How are you tonight?
I'm well. I'm blessed, Nisi. It's glad to be here. I'm glad to be talking to you.
Yay. So Mr. Shelton and I met at the Skin Sexy Art Show in Tampa, Florida. It was an amazing event, and he has a beautiful piece of art that you guys will get to see later. So Shelton, first of all, tell me, how did you get involved with Skin?
Believe it or not, I saw a promotion on Facebook, and I submitted some work 2 years ago and was accepted, and have been submitting works annually ever since. So.
Oh, that is so cool. So what did you think about it overall? I mean, in addition to adding your piece of art there, what did you think about it overall?
The exhibit was amazing. There was a vitality and a celebration of life and art, and all pretenses were dropped, and there were a lot of great works and I met a lot of great artists in different mediums, and I was quite impressed and humbled to be part of that.
I totally agree with you. It was amazing, and I again, I totally agree with you. It was so cool. You guys gonna have to come next year, really, seriously. So tell me, what inspires you to do the art that you do?
What inspires me? I would have to say a number of things inspire me.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely, I am a student of the human condition. I like to watch people and pay attention and try to capture certain moments of time and convey, hopefully, expressions that will resonate with people.
Wow.
So just talking to people and getting to know them, I like to travel, really get me inspired towards taking photographs.
Okay, so how would you describe your artistic style? I mean, you travel all over the place, you see different things that you take pictures, but how would you describe you and your artistic style?
Well, my favorite my favorite things to shoot are portraits. I love shooting people. I prefer candid photography, and I love shooting on location. So I like going out to different areas. Not that I don't like studio, but I feel like I can do more positive expression when I'm in location. My artwork usually involves not only the subject, but the area around the subject. That's a big style of mine. I like to incorporate the entire atmosphere into a picture. So a lot of my work, you'll see a subject, and they'll usually be framed around with some type of interesting environment or something else going on as well.
Okay, so what would you say was the most challenging piece of art that you've ever worked on?
Ooh. The most challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was one where I was shooting in a waterfall, and the rocks were very slippery, and the water was up to my waist, and I slipped and fell. And luckily, I was able to keep my camera up over my head, so the water really rose up to about here. And the environment itself was very treacherous. There was cliffs and again slippery rocks and waterfalls. Yeah, yeah, and we were high up on the side of a hill too, so things could have gotten really dicey had either myself or any of the people I were with happened to have tripped or fell. So we had to be very careful. I've been in locations where I've been underground. I've been in abandoned buildings, which can have their own present their own types of danger. You have to be very careful when going into places.
I see you smile. So when you're taking pictures, it's dangerous to kind of turn on for you to a certain extent. I mean, you've been on waterfalls and abandoned buildings underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, and there's also I've been rewarded too. I had a shoot once where a young lady was jilted at the altar,
Okay.
and I remember asking. I said, "Well," she was very sad, and I said, "Well, why don't we just trash your dress?" And she's like, "Do you know how much that dress costs?" And I'm like, "Are you going to wear it again?" And she agreed to it, and we had some children come and paint the dress while she was in it, and we had her go through public places and ride a four-wheeler through mud, and the pictures were outstanding, and she thought the experience was very cathartic and healing. She even sent exposures to her ex to show her that she was kind of getting over him, which I thought was amazing, and it really cheered her up. So I have a lot of positive experiences too when I shoot with people.
Those photos I would really love to see. I would really love to see those. Okay, so what's your favorite piece of art that you've done?
Hmm. My favorite piece of art, believe it or not, right now was one I did for a skin art show 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and it involved a lady in nude, very tasteful.
Okay.
Uh, she had angel wings flying over a Greek city with sunlight coming through the clouds, and it was very very museum like when I shot that and edited it, and it took me, oh man, it took me about 4 days to complete from the time I shot it to the time I finished editing it, and it was a large canvas about 32 by 26 inches,
Wow.
and I remember when it was displayed getting a lot of comments from people that were very positive about um, the look of it.
Okay. Okay. So other than photography, are there other techniques that you use for your art, or you're specifically photography?
I'm also a videographer. For 3 years, I used to be a wedding photographer and videographer. Um, I decided to kind of pull back from that because it became a job, and I was losing the art and the fun of creating art. Ever since I was a little kid, um, I was drawn to art. I used to draw pencil and paper, and then I found photography about 2008 and videography. And the things that really inspired me to go in that direction was cinema. I
Okay.
love to watch movies and to watch the cinematography on screen, and I'm kind of amazed at how they can visually tell a story and manipulate emotions through pictures. So that's what really led me towards photography.
Wow. Have you went to school for photography?
I am self-taught. Um, I have taken classes and studied under a couple of photographers, but mostly I tend to learn and keep learning every day, which I think in my case kind of helps me because I've been told that my style is very unconventional. I'll break the rule of thirds. I'll kind of shift things so they're not perfectly centered and things like that. And it tends to lend a certain taste to my style that people seem to appreciate. I've cut off heads when I've shot them intentionally,
Okay.
just to kind of bring focus maybe to the eyes or to a certain part of the face, and people seem to appreciate being off the beaten path.
So do you feel like you connect with your audience doing that process?
I I do. I've had a very, very wonderful, pleasant time working with people. Um, One of the things I like to do that helps is I'm a big collaborator. So when I shoot, I have things that I shoot that I have in mind, and then I also try to incorporate my subjects. I said, what ideas do you come up with? What do you see yourself doing? I try to get a feel for their personality and kind of convey that into the exposures as well. And that helps broaden my horizons. It helps me think outside my paradigm a little bit and come up with new ideas. So I love the collaborating process when I shoot with people, and they seem to be positive because they're part of it too.
Right.
And so there's a good give and take there, and they usually translates well into the exposures. You can see a difference when we shoot.
Okay. Okay. So if someone wanted to reach out and get in touch with you, how would they do it? Even if they wanted to collaborate with you on some things.
They can do a Google search. My name is quite unique. It's Dyschel, Dyschel. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I also have a website called legacyeverlasting.com. Excuse me, Legacy Everlasting Site, site.com.
Okay.
They could go there and contact me as well.
Okay. So I really am interested in seeing those photos of you and this lady with this wedding dress. I think
I will send it to you.
I think that would be really different. Maybe you should submit one of those next year at Skin.
Okay, not a problem.
I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. It was very enlightening. I saw a couple of your pieces and I thought that they were amazing, and now I see why. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
It has been my pleasure. This has been Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment. Back to you in the studio.